We've all dreamed of having superpowers, right? Flying like Superman, having Wolverine's healing abilities, or maybe just being able to remember where we put our keys. But what if I told you that some people are walking among us with actual genetic mutations that give them abilities the rest of us can only dream about? Let's count down the top 10 medical conditions that basically turn people into X-Men. Starting off at number 10, tetrachromacy, the color seers. Imagine seeing colors that don't even exist for the rest of us. Sounds impossible, right? Wrong! While most humans have 3 types of cone cells in their eyes, people with tetrachromacy have 4. This means they can see an estimated 100 million colors, compared to our measly 1 million. One tetrachromat described a sunset as an explosion of colors that don't even have names. Scientists estimate about 12% of women might have some form of this, but only a handful have the full-blown superpower version. And the craziest part? They spent most of their lives not even realizing they were special. They just thought everyone else was really bad at describing colors. Coming in at number 9, super strength syndrome. Remember that Jack baby that went viral a few years ago? That wasn't Photoshop. That was Liam Hoekstra, who was bench pressing his crib at 8 months old. People with this condition have a mutation in a gene that normally tells your muscles, okay, that's enough growing. Without that limit, they develop twice the muscle mass of an average human with virtually 0 effort. And the kicker? Unlike literally every other condition on this list, this one has no known negative side effects. It's just pure, unadulterated, superhuman strength. Talk about winning the genetic lottery. At number 8, we have hyperthymesis syndrome, the memory masters. Imagine remembering every single detail of your life. What you ate for breakfast on May 17th, 2003? No problem. The weather on your cousin's birthday 12 years ago? Easy. But here's the twist. People with hyperthymesia can't choose what they remember. Their memories are uncontrollable associations. Show them a date and boom, they're mentally transported back to that exact day.
The dark side? They can't forget traumatic experiences. Every painful memory stays crystal clear forever. With fewer than 100 diagnosed cases worldwide, this might be the rarest superpower on our list. Number 7 is straight out of a horror movie, Stone Man syndrome. Fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva gives people the ability to regenerate damaged body parts, but with a terrifying twist. Instead of healing normally, their bodies replace damaged tissue with bone. Hurt your bicep? Congrats! Now it's bone. Injure your back? More bone. It's the only known condition where one organ system literally transforms into another. And if doctors try to remove the extra bones, the surgery site just grows more bone. It's like having Wolverine's healing factor, but programmed by a sadistic computer with a corrupted code. Halfway through, at number 6, congenital insensitivity to pain. Imagine never feeling pain. Sounds amazing, right? Wrong again. People with this condition have a mutation that prevents their pain receptors from working. The problem is, pain exists for a reason. Without it, these superhumans might not notice a broken bone, a burst appendix, or even being on fire. Most don't survive childhood because they accidentally injure themselves without realizing it. There's a village in Sweden called Vittangi where this is weirdly common, and scientists are studying them to develop better pain medications, so their curse might eventually help millions. At number 5, savant syndrome, the human calculators. Some people can look at a cityscape once and draw it perfectly from memory. Others can tell you the day of the week for any date in history in less than a second. Savant syndrome often appears alongside autism and gives people mind-blowing abilities. The human brain essentially trades social processing power for these incredible computational skills. Stephen Wiltshire, the human camera, flew over London once and then drew the entire city from memory, including the correct number of windows on major buildings. I can barely remember my shopping list. Number 4 is polymelia, the multi-limbed. Remember the Hindu god Vishnu with multiple arms? Turns out there's a real condition that can cause humans to be born with extra limbs. Deepak Paswan from India was born with 4 arms and 4 legs, causing pilgrims to worship him as a deity reincarnated. Scientists discovered his condition resulted from a parasitic twin that fused with him in the womb. The extra limbs were eventually removed, allowing him to live a normal life, though probably with some wild childhood stories. Cracking the top 3, super dense bone syndrome, the unbreakables. This syndrome affects only a few thousand people, giving them bones so dense they can reportedly break baseball bats and walk away from car crashes that would shatter normal skeletons. The mutation affects the gene for bone density regulation. The downside? Their teeth break easily, their nails are brittle, and their hair is dry. Scientists are studying this to develop treatments for osteoporosis, potentially turning this rare superpower into a cure for millions. At number 2, we have hyperlexia, the code crackers. Imagine a 2-year-old who can read at a college level but doesn't understand what they're reading. That's hyperlexia. These kids are often obsessed with numbers, letters, and patterns. And while they might struggle with comprehension, their pattern recognition abilities are off the charts. Some researchers believe they might be processing language more like code than communication, seeing patterns that are invisible to the rest of us. And finally, at number 1, vampire syndrome. This is the condition that literally makes people resemble vampires from myths and legends. Hypohidrotic ectodermal dysplasia gives people pointed teeth, extremely pale skin, and dark circles around their eyes. They have little to no hair, and here's where it gets really vampire-like, they can't go out in the sun. They lack sweat glands, making it impossible to regulate their body temperature. Exposure to sunlight can cause dangerous overheating. Actor Michael Berryman, known for his horror film roles, has this condition. Talk about perfect casting. So there you have it, 10 real medical conditions that give people legitimate superpowers, along with some serious drawbacks. It seems Mother Nature doesn't give anything away for free. Which of these would you choose if you had to pick one? Let me know.